Welcome back to Edit Manhwa channel. Today's video is about Baphomet power from manhwa. I was the final boss. Let's begin. In the manhwa, I was the final boss, also known as I used to be a boss. The protagonist Baphomet's, humanly known as Juhyun, power system revolves around his loss of his original demonic power and his attempt to regain or develop it as a human. Details of the protagonist's powers. Original power. Baphomet was the master of the Abyssal Tower, possessing terrifying demonic power that made him virtually invincible to human hunters. Rebirth and restrictions. After desiring to become human, he was reborn in a weakened human body, losing direct access to his former power. Gradual growth. Unlike many manhwa protagonists who start with overwhelming power, Juhyun develops slowly. He initially focuses on learning human fighting styles and mana techniques rather than relying solely on brute force. Attributes and skills. Boss essence. Despite being human, he still possesses the essence of his former tower boss, granting him a superior fighting instinct and tactical mind beyond the reach of ordinary humans. Weapon use. The hero is known for his skillful use of heavy weapons or great swords, often employing brutality and immense physical strength. Quest and restriction system. He undergoes quests and challenges, a system similar in some aspects to video games, that allow him to gradually unlock new skills, such as those of a high-ranking warlord. In short, his strength is a combination of his immense combat experience as a former demon boss and the development of new human mana skills, with restrictions preventing him from reaching his full original power all at once to ensure story balance. The protagonist's powers in the manhwa. I was the final boss. Differ fundamentally from those of other hunters, and he faces unique enemies that reflect his past as the tower boss. The difference between his power and that of human hunters. The absence of a traditional system. While hunters rely on a system that grants them specific skills and levels, Baphomet Juhyun begins as an ordinary human with no apparent powers, but compensates for this with his monstrous instincts. Technical skill versus mana power. Most hunters rely on their magical skills, while Juhyun relies on thousands of years of combat experience as the tower boss. He doesn't need skill to know how to kill. He instinctively knows weaknesses. A terrifying evolution. His skills don't just increase numerically, but also through the regeneration of parts of his demonic soul or essence as a boss, enabling him to face hunters of much higher ranks, such as S rank, despite his initial lower ranking. The hero's enemies inside and outside the tower. The hero faces two main types of enemies. Disciples of the Seven Sins. These are the main enemies currently in the story. They possess superhuman powers associated with specific sins, such as lust, a deranged enemy with a tragic past who single-handedly killed 7 S-rank hunters. Gluttony, Na-Yorium, who initially appeared as a close friend before revealing her true identity. Former tower leaders, such as Beelzebub, a former leader defeated by Baphomet to take his place as leader of the Eternal Tower. He also appears in the story in a human body as a fake, younger brother to the hero. Elite hunters, such as Raven, the strongest human hunter who caused the original Baphomet's death and his transformation into a human. His greatest strength. What distinguishes the hero is that he does not fight as a justice hero, but as an evolved monster with a predatory mindset, which makes his style terrifying even to the strongest enemies.